Woo! Hey everybody, Russ right here from MCKAMEY Manor. All right, what you're going to see here is another conversation with one of my low information crowd folks. Because again, man, I talk to everybody. Come on, all if someone has a problem with me and is talking smack, I'm going to talk with whoever. I don't care. So this one's a bit long, but it's actually pretty interesting, and it's really typical of a lot of the LICs. Again, the stands for low information crowd. And when you listen to it, and he's a good guy, I got nothing against him. I'm not trying to rag on him or anything, but it's just really typical of what we get. Like that one hate group. What's the one hate group that's always Stop the Torture or something? Those really goofy ones. The Laura and I forget what their group is called, but you guys know the ones, right? This is just so typical of what these LICs are all about. So, but again, I'm here to change the world one person at a time. And I really hope that young William, pulls it all together eventually and has a good life. And, I think he's got some stuff going on right now, which is a bummer for him, and I don't understand the whole deal, and that's his thing, but I wish him well. I hope he stays in school or gets back in school, and I hope he's successful and does his passion and whatever that may be. So I wish him the best. But all right, so anyways, this is young William. His gamer tag, or his YouTube tag, is Gamers Paradise. And he actually contacted me a lot. But this last one that he wrote that started this one says this. I think I said it in the movie too, but it says, "Dear Russ, you may have brainwashed her to think you're an angel, but I know you're not. And I'm up to the task of blowing you out of the water about you are breaking laws." This is what it says. I know the grammar is not there. "You are breaking laws, and honestly, who just gets the pleasure of putting people into mental breakdown? You nut job. DM my Twitter at whatever. P.S. You're already a piece of shit for liking Trump. Go Trump. Make America great. I am a Trump guy. I'm a Trumpster." Okay. And he was talking about, I'm not sure which video. It looks like it's the conversation with the law student, or maybe Beth. I don't know. So anywho, watch it. It's interesting. Okay. And that's it. Russ out. Come see the chamber. Come visit me. I've got a lot of people lined up. It's going to be good and scary. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right. We'll see you. Hey there. So it's, I don't know what it is, July something, but we're going to talk to another hater. I'll read you the comment here in a minute, but I challenged him to give me a call. So here we go. Hello?
Yeah, sorry about that. I was in some other room.
So William's your real name, huh?
Yep.
Why's your gamer tag? Your YouTube. What's that for?
Yeah, because I like YouTube and stuff like that. Gaming videos and whatnot.
Yeah, but it's kind of like you're hiding behind another little profile, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's what most YouTubers do. Like they don't. I don't like to use like my face and everything on there. It's just like just regular logo and everything. I do show my face on there, but
yeah, well, So are you 18? Or are you under 18?
I am 17 right now.
All right, so I won't trash you out too much. So this first show, I got to explain to everybody who you are and stuff. So tell the world who you are and why I'm contacting you, or why you contacted me. And I got to give you kudos for at least stepping up, man. So that's good. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna back down from it.
There you go, man. No, that's good. That's good.
My name is William, and I basically like what do you want me to say about me?
I don't know. Just say who you are, what you do, or whatever, and kind of how all this thing started, and whatever's going on with you.
All right. Yeah, but my name is William. I first heard about you, believe it or not, I heard about you when I was young. I used to watch Travel Channel all the time. I was really young.
Okay.
And yeah, I heard about that, and then I just literally it's the episode's kind of a blur to me now, but yeah, remember seeing that, and then I like resurfaced. I seen you about like a year ago, and I was like, yeah, this stuff, like, I don't know, like, it just red flags to me, pretty much.
Right.
Straight to me, and yeah, basically, about me, I like YouTube and just gamer and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. So, because I've seen your name a few times on my YouTube channel,
Yeah.
so I think you've written like a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So then what happened is that today I had a new comment from you, right? In fact, let me read it here. I got to go out for a second just so I can show the audience here. So hang on a second. So the comment says, "Dear Russ, you may have brainwashed her to think you're an angel, but I know you're not, and I'm up to the task of blowing you out of the water about you are breaking laws. And honestly, who just gets pleasure of putting people into mental breakdown? You nut job. DM my Twitter, so and so. P.S. You're already a piece of shit for liking Trump." Wow. Okay. So I heard that.
That's just Trump things personally, in my opinion.
Okay, well, it's good to have an opinion, but we all like different people, right? So hold on here.
Yeah.
So when I heard that, I said, "All right, man, well, contact me because I love talking to what I call my LICs." What's an LIC? Do you remember what I told you when an LIC is?
No.
They stand for Low Information Crowd, because an LIC gets all their info from like all these crazy sources and other things on the internet and blah, 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 without really knowing the real me. And so I challenge guys like you because you're like personally attacking me and calling me a piece of shit and all these things I'm doing are illegal and that kind of stuff. So I am going to give you, young William, the floor to plead your case and tell the world, because they're all going to see this, and they're all going to be jumping on you. So you got to have, you know that, right? You know that, right?
I already know that my dislike ratio is about to hit the.
It's about to hit the fan, because this is a teachable lesson too, which means that, like, before you jump on people about things that you really don't know about, you really maybe should do some more investigative work and some research and stuff, but that's cool. But so I'm giving you this form right now to the jury's out here, man. Talk to them, talk to your peers, tell them, what it's all about, and back up basically what your statement is. And I'll let you go, and I won't even say a thing. So the floor is yours.
All right. Well, I just wrote down some things.
Sure, write down away. Yeah, go ahead.
You don't care if I smoke, do you?
Oh, man, smoking's not good for you, man. You're still a kid, man. You're still 17. Smoking. Yeah. Oh, all right. And as you know, in my world,
your whole audience is going to be like, "Oh, Russ never smoked."
Yeah, I know. See, man, and I don't condone smoking there, William. But okay,
I don't condone anybody.
It's your life, but I don't smoke, William, right?
Yeah, I know you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't drink, you never even drink coffee.
I don't, man, right? I see, right? So I'm a pretty straight shooting kind of guy. And William, you're smoking. All right, go ahead, William. Light up if you need to.
Right.
Might be that little extra confidence thing you need.
Yeah.
All right, man. So go ahead, fire away, shoot your bust stuff at me. Let's see what you got going on. I want to hear your arguments.
All right, first thing. So I don't want you to keep people to say I don't know much about you and stuff like that. I don't want to act like I just found it yesterday and I'm just gonna try to hit with the bandwagon. No, I mean.
So you've been following us then, right?
You were in. I know you are. You were in the Navy, military, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and you were I don't know, some about you did a hunt on a boat or whatever.
It did everything, yeah. So then, bottom line, you're saying that you're just not a newbie. You have been following the Manor. So actually, then you should have some pretty good arguments and some pretty good knowledge. So this I'm looking forward to. Not like my lawyer friend Annie. Annie didn't know anything because she just found it. But you, my friend,
I feel like you said more than she ever did. So
that's true. So I'm going to let you talk and plead your case and tell people, the arguments so they are basically understand what you're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. The first thing is like you're using the like what you call it, the Operation Greyhound thing as a way to like manipulate people into thinking that you're a good guy on camera, like making a good public image of yourself, and then behind the scenes and everything, it's just not as it seems as it is in like I mean, like in your time off of doing your haunt thing.
Okay, so now let's take a step at a time now. So what proof do you have that says I'm not the nice guy that I portray, and that Operation Greyhound is not like the real deal or whatever? So what evidence do you have that supports your theory?
Well, the evidence I have is just simply multiple. Like, it's not just like one or two people who would say that. It's just multiple people who would say that. And
What people? No. Hold on. You got to have evidence. What people?
The simple fact that you're not getting paid for doing this. You're literally like, you put over like, I don't know, like 500K or a lot of money into it.
Right.
You're donating.
Right.
And you're not getting nothing out of it. Like, you're not getting like. How are you living? How are you running this? How are you affording all the equipment, all the everything? How are you paying the actors if they're not even being paid? Is this being done out of a, some weird thing that they like to do? They just like to like inflict pain mentally and scarring people on, and like, you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean, but I'm getting a chuckle out of listening to you though, but that's okay. So let's again, we got to take things a step at a time here, because I'm old and I have a slow, I'm slow, right? And I have a bad memory. So, all right. So first off, your first accusation against me is that I'm not like I portray myself on film. I'm actually this evildoer, and I'm not really an Operation Greyhound guy. And there's something sneaky in the works, right? I'm not really this guy that I portray. A little fishy. All right. So now, again, if you throw these kind of things out, you got to give me some evidence of some kind. You got to give, you can't just say, well, you've heard people say, because there's all kinds of loons on the internet, and they say all kinds of crazy things about MCKAMEY Manor, about myself, but none of that stuff is ever backed up, obviously. And I think in reality, what my real history of who I really am kind of speaks for itself. But I'm interested in this notion. This is fascinating. And again, I commend you for coming forth, because basically you're throwing out an accusation without any proof whatsoever. And this is what the loons do. Okay, they get online, they hear something, gets repeated on Reddit or 4chan or these other hate groups or their rejects, and they run with it. And that's what you're doing too. So in order to back up your claim, you've got to give me something. So what proof do you have that I'm not really the nice guy that I really am, that this is all just a big farce? You gotta give me something. You gotta give me something.
I mean, that you would do this for basically a, I don't know, like, you're doing this for free in the first place. Like, you're doing this for free. Mm-hmm. And that you're not getting any money out of this, and that you're just
none.
Basically,
all right.
Yeah.
So, William, let me ask you this: do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Do you get what's your biggest passion? The thing that you live, eat, and breathe for? What might that be? Gaming or
striving for placing competitive gaming?
Okay, so gaming. All right. So you're going to do that no matter if you're getting paid or not, right? I mean, you're going to be a gamer no matter what.
Obviously, you would get paid, but I mean, I do YouTube because I like to do YouTube, and I don't monetize and stuff. I don't get paid for doing it.
Okay, so let's take it slow. So you've got passions that you love to do, and that you're going to do no matter whether you get paid or not, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's your hobby, it's your life, it's your passion, right? It's what you live for, right? So is it not possible then that for all these years, me being the entertainer that I am, me being the singer and the DJ and the comedian, and do weddings, and I've done haunts my whole life, I've acted my whole life, so is it not possible that I just absolutely love putting on the craziest, biggest show in the world, not for any kind of money, but just to entertain the fans, because I love putting on these big shows? Is that a possibility?
Well, I don't know. It's just like, it seems kind of,
No.
like fishy that you be doing this, like, but it's actually, the problem is I'm not like, hurting people mentally or anything like that. or whatever.
So who says I'm hurting people mentally? Who says that?
Like you don't
Give me
you
a
don't
no,
let
no,
them
no.
leave.
Tell me who have I ever hurt mentally? You gotta give me one person.
Like mentally, I'd say like the one military dude, like you were
Which guy?
like it was hurt. What the military dude? He said,
You mean
what's
Russell
the
the
name?
Marine? Russell
What?
the Marine, right? The big guy, right?
Yeah, no, not like the two big guys that
No.
one of the ones that most people see first.
Right. No,
But,
you said the Marine. You said the military guy. You're talking about Russell, the guy that like we had to pull
yeah,
out because he was hypothermia and all that stuff, right?
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So how am I hurting him mentally when he was begging to continue to stay in and he did not want me to stop the show? And for all you folks watching, this is Russell, our 15-year career Marine, who's actually a good friend of mine. And everybody who goes to the haunt is a good friend of mine. And so Russell, and he went through with Eeyore the donkey. My other good buddy, right? So these are friends, because everybody that goes through the haunt is not just some standard person; they are friends of mine. So you're saying, so if he's your spotlight for being mentally hurt, this guy loved it. He wanted to come back and do it again. He didn't want to stop. So you need to give me somebody who actually was mentally hurt from the manor.
I mean, he was saying he's like, I felt like I was dying or gonna die or something like that.
Okay. But how is that?
So,
how is that being mentally hurt? Okay, because go ahead.
So you think like that from thinking that he's kind of like you don't let them leave until they're mentally unstable, like to a point where they're mentally unstable.
Again,
Okay.
did you watch him say that he did not want to go?
Saying that he did not want.
He did not want to
leave.
leave. I had to stop the show because he had hypothermia and he couldn't go on because he was getting weak and passing out. And he like wanted me to continue with him, but I couldn't because safety is always first. So you got to give me somebody who we actually mentally scarred. Somebody out of all the hundreds. Somebody, come on.
I'd say like I mean, there's just multiple like ways of it. Like
Well, what?
like multiple ways of them being mentally scarred from
Well, like
it.
what? Like what?
It's just like there could be like after effects to it be like that you're not aware of that is
Like what?
like I don't know like they could have like I'm trying to think of like a basic way like
You mean like PTSD, like post-traumatic stress disorder?
yeah like that you might sort of cause that. I know it seems like a little weird, but like still like you gotta think like you might have in some point like I don't know if you haven't really asked or done like a follow up with some of them, ask them.
All right, now, so I got to stop you for a second.
Mental stress disorders or anything like that.
Do you watch my movies and do you watch the after interviews of where I ask them all some very basic questions? And I ask them these questions well after they've gone through, like a year after they've gone through or several months. Have you watched the end of the films or
Yeah.
Okay, so then you've seen me on every single movie. You've seen me ask, were you forced to go in? Were you tortured? Were you able to leave when you really wanted to? Were you threatened? You've heard all those questions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so and if you've heard their answers, and they're all like really positive and they're excited they've gone through it, all of them. I mean, you can't find one who's like, oh, it sucks and it was horrible. It was, they all say the same thing. So how do you back up that comment when every single one has nothing but positive things to say and they understand it's just a show and it's just a game? All right, go ahead.
They're problem. I don't know.
Are they brainwashed?
Contract thing that you have them sign or something like I don't know. You could have them signing a contract saying if they don't give a good review, if they don't say this, if they don't say that, that they're going to be prosecuted or some to that extent. I mean, you never say anything like about.
Now, William. Okay, we got to get down to reality here now. Okay, all right. Nobody, I or anybody else, can make somebody give a review or give a comment. And one of the comments we say, and one of the questions I say is, did we ever threaten you to where if you say anything bad about the manor, we're going to come after you, we're going to get you, we're going to bury you alive, blah, 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 blah. And what are they all?
I'm not saying that you're going to hurt them if they do. I'm just saying like you could legally do something about it.
No. How could I legally do anything to them if they said something negative about the manor?
That's saying like it's saying like you can't this or that after you leave.
William, young William, there's no such contract that out there that would let anybody get away with, hey, if you say something about the manor that we don't like, we're gonna sue you. It doesn't work that way. These are interviews. I mean, come on, you're a smart guy. I hope that you can tell when you see the interviews, especially like when they're a year away and months from happening, and I ask all these questions, and you can tell it just by their attitude, and they're chipper, and they're excited they went through it. Do you think they're acting with all those interviews?
I don't know. I was just saying, like, it kind of, seemed a little like fishy.
Little fishy. All right. Well, that's your take on it. Okay. All right. So I'm here to get your take, man. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. I'm here just to show people about what and I'll call you just kind of like a basic, LIC, and that's not anything derogatory. That's just stands for low information crowd. So you're a good example of someone who, no matter what evidence is in front of you, you're still going to think how you think, and that's good. You need to keep going with what you're going. Yeah, I mean, keep doing what you're doing, my man. It's all good. I'm not here to convince you otherwise. Okay. All right. So carry on. What else we got? So you think we're mentally scarring people and damaging people, and now do you know what it takes to get into the manor? Do you know what the requirements are?
You have to go through some sort of a screening and know from your doctor, all that stuff, like something from your doctor or whatever.
You're right. So why do I do all that? And can you think of any other haunt in the world that makes you go through 6 levels of crazy jumping through hoops just to get their foot in the door? Do you know any place else that does that?
Probably not. Like, some of them have you sign a waiver.
Sure. Waivers. We got a waiver. We're the first of the waivers. But I'm talking about, so you got to be 21. You got to go through an hour-long interview with me, so that way you know exactly what you're getting into. You got to get a mental screening, a medical screening. You got to have a criminal background check, and you have to have proof of insurance. And that's a crazy amount of requirements, right? So don't you think if you use your logic now just put your logic cap on now, and not like the other cap that you got. Put the logic one on.
You trying to say I have a tinfoil hat?
No, I'm just saying, put the logic one on now. So after you go through that massive screening and to make you jump through the hoops to make sure you're mentally cleared and physically cleared, don't you think that those people are probably pretty well versed about what's going to happen, and that they know, and that they're really excited to do this, and that this is something they want to do? And obviously they're probably the kind of person, unlike you or me, I don't want to do it. I've tried everything. I've challenged. I've done all the stunts, but it's not my cup of tea. But it is for these folks. So don't you think that these people know what they're getting into?
I mean, but you don't tell them, like, that there's going to be, like, that you're going to be turned upside down in a freaking straitjacket into a thing of water with eels that could possibly hurt them. And stuff like that.
Now, how do you know that's going to hurt them, though?
I mean,
what?
You think that eels,
are eels dangerous? Eels dangerous?
That they're dangerous. That they can like some can shock you, some can.
Well, they're not electrical eels. Have you ever dove with eels? Because I have. I'm a certified scuba diver for years. I've dove with a lot of moray eels.
See, because I'm a big pussy, and I tend to not to, do that reckless stuff like that.
Reckless, man. Man. You got to get out there and live a little bit, my man. You got to get out of the basement. I'm telling you, scuba diving, skydiving, bungee jumping, that's the bomb, my man.
I'm trying to live a long life here.
Hey, no, man, you got to get out there and live a little bit, bud. I'm telling you, man. Don't be doing the computer warrior thing all the time. Get out there and live some real life, man. I'm telling you, it's good. You'll love it.
But that's about the only thing I really do outside.
All right. Well, you're still young. You got time. So let's talk about injuries and stuff. So I've been doing this for 16 years, right? That's a long time. So in 16 years, have we ever had any serious injuries whatsoever?
I mean, in the last 16, you said 16? Right?
Yeah, 16 years.
Yeah, well, you had a heart attack, you had a...
Okay, but the heart attack, was that anything that was caused by us, or could that be caused by a person being out of shape, and also know that individual is just fine as well? But, so could it be that this person just was not in good shape physically?
I'm thinking that it could have been negligence of finding out like something that's wrong with them physical, or even like I don't know, just something being so bad there that it would actually
Cause a heart attack?
Heart attack.
Wow,
So,
that'd be pretty scary. If we got something so bad it causes a heart attack, that's crazy. That's a good rumor though. I like that. But there's a reason why we do a medical screening, right? There's a reason why we make sure people are physically fit, all right? And that makes sense, correct? So besides the heart attack that happened 8 years ago, from someone that was just out of shape and just felt it just happened to happen. It wasn't anything because of us, and they're okay. But have you heard of any injuries happening at MCKAMEY Manor?
broken nose.
Really? Oh man, who got a broken nose?
It was, I forgot the one guy. He kind of like you took a picture of him out on the driveway with like a black. Like,
oh, Jess, my crazy hater, Jess in Texas, right? Okay, Jess is Jess is the guy that we all know about. This guy, he's the guy that came in from Texas, and he's the guy that had a really bad criminal record, which should not have ever been here to begin with. And but he snuck in like they all do. And he's the one that lasted for 30 seconds. And keep in mind, we film everybody, right? So we film everybody the entire tour. And Jess is the one who claims that we broke his nose and sinus cavities. And you're talking about that guy, right?
Yeah, and he got a note from his doctor saying all this stuff. And actually, I didn't know it was 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
You did a video on him.
30 seconds. He was in the haunt for 30 seconds. And remember now, we film everybody, including all their exit videos, and we have all of that. So if I want to ask, okay, you got to put your logic cap on one more time for him. I'm sorry I'm making you change your caps every now and again, right? So put your logic cap on. If this really happened, like let's say it happened to you, if you came into the haunt and you were beat up, because he claims that he was beat up, knocked unconscious, beat for 10 minutes, not let out, all kinds of fun stuff, right? So if this truly happened to you, forget about Jess, would you not call the police?
I would definitely more.
There you go. You'd call the police, right?
Get a lawsuit, yeah.
There you go. And again, the next question is, wouldn't you put a lawsuit against MCKAMEY Manor if that truly happened inside?
Yeah.
Okay, so why has Jess done neither? Now remember, keep in mind that I have footage of everything, and he knows that. So why do you think maybe he hasn't ever done a single thing? Now use that logic cap again.
I'm starting to think he might have been scared too, because he was afraid that you would more than likely like try to say that they're false allegations and try to get at him for like slander, false allegations, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but William, though, if it truly happened, and if the film I have of him, then that would surely show it really happened, right? Because since I film everything, if that really happened, then the film that I have would show that he was beaten for 10 minutes and knocked unconscious and had a concussion, and it would show all that, correct?
Did you then why don't you release the full thing on what exactly happened to him so you can debunk these?
Because isn't it better not to debunk certain things because of all the attention it gets? Because how much attention does MCKAMEY Manor get? How much do I spin you guys up? How much do I spin?
I'd say by your subscriber base, I'd say not the best.
Not the best as what? I mean, I've got 100,000 YouTube subscribers, 33 million views. So obviously we're pretty popular, right? Yeah,
and I'd say you're not I mean, if you were really popular, you'd have a way more of a fan base, subscriber base type thing.
Oh, I don't know. I think 100,000 on YouTube is pretty decent, and I think 33.5 million views are pretty decent. But what do you got? How many subscribers do you have on your YouTube channel?
I have around like
you got 79.
About
you got 79.
It went down.
All right. So, anyways,
one of them.
And who is the most popular? Who's the most well-known, infamous, famous, whatever you want to say in the world, haunt in the world? Who's the most talked about, for better or for worse, haunt in the world?
I really don't pay attention to many haunts. Really, that's just not my thing.
All right.
Really.
All right.
Haunts,
well,
so, I mean,
I can tell you that it's going to be us, and there's for a reason, and there's a reason why I control the spin, because the spin gets people interested and gets people like you guys doing what you do, and I love that.
So you're saying that you control what happens?
Oh, I control more than you possibly have. I control more than you can imagine, because I control. What's that?
Isn't it kind of weird that you said that a while back that it was this thing in Vegas that controls it?
No, I don't mean that. I'm talking about I control how folks like you perceive what the haunt does. See, I know exactly how to spin my movies and how to spin what does happen and what doesn't happen. It's all about creating an illusion, but at the same time, it's 1,000% real. So my job is to get folks like you all spun up and talking about the Manor and me, and you're doing exactly as planned. So I'm not going to give away all my secrets. Like people say, why don't you show a whole tour? I'll never show a whole tour because I want people to know, I want people to come here and be shocked and surprised. I'm not going to give away my magic. That'd be crazy. Does that make sense?
Okay, then why, like, since you're running a new haunt now,
Yeah.
I'm guessing since you got kicked out of San Diego or whatever.
I got kicked out. I didn't know that. Okay. No,
Or getting pushed out of there or whatever.
no, still in San Diego, but that's a good rumor though. I like that.
Like you said, y'all were like completely moving the haunt.
Right.
Because they didn't want it there or something like that.
No, I never said it. You guys said it's because you guys said it because they didn't want it here, not because I didn't say that. I moved it because I have offers, bigger and better things. I've got television shows in the works. We got a feature documentary coming out in 2016. I get offers a lot to bring the haunt to a more of a public mainstream to where we can make money, because there's business people out there that want to make money. I don't care about making the money. That's why I do it for charity. But a lot of people want the haunt to come here and come there because they see dollar signs. But I don't want to do that because I know I'm going to have to dumb it down and make it kind of silly, and it won't be as extreme as it will be if I'm totally in control. So that's why it's never been my big function to make $1 million with a haunt. I would rather do this as we do, just to bring the fans the most unique experience ever. That's just my take on it. You know, I know you think that's weird, they're not making money on it, but my goal is not to make money. My goal is just to give a show to the fans unlike anything else. That's what it's all about. But what I mean by spin is that you guys kind of fall into line with what I want you to think and how I want you to think. So, do I put out misinformation? Maybe. Do I put out correct information? Maybe. Do I do lots of things that get you guys spun up? Maybe. But that's all part of the game. And, you know, this is why I'm showing this right now. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. But I'm not ever going to show the full haunt. I'm not going to show Jess's tour until I need to. So Jess's tour is in the back pocket. So in case, let's say someone ever did sue me over Jess, all I'd have to do is show that footage and it's like, oh, okay, case dismissed. So again, I want you to put your thinking cap on here again. Out of all the tours we've done, if really these inappropriate, bad things, you know, mental, physical, if these things are really happening, why have we not been sued ever by one single person? All right, go ahead and answer.
They're afraid of the repercussions of what could happen to them if they do.
Well, that makes no sense. I mean, if you're wronged, and then you take action. So what kind of repercussions would there be if I did something wrong and they sued me? I mean, I wouldn't have any repercussions on them. I'm not that powerful.
I'm saying, like, if you tried to show the videos trying to show proof, I mean, anybody can cut something out in a certain spot or do certain things to a video. Even I could, that can make it look completely uncut, completely legit, like get rid of all of the things that were, you know, in the that you don't want them to know about.
Okay, but but the reality is I've got the complete footage. So if anybody ever needed to see it, like law enforcement, obviously they know the difference between edited footage and raw footage. So we have the complete footage for everybody. So again, out of all the hundreds of tours, why has nobody ever sued us? I mean, surely they're not afraid of me. I don't have that kind of power. William, you know I don't have that kind of power, right? If you were wronged, if you personally, young William, was wronged by somebody, you would take them to court, and you're not going to worry about them, you know, coming after you after it's all said and done. I mean, this is not The Godfather. This is, 2016. This is real life now, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't you think somebody would have taken us to court if there was really something going on? I'm just using logic now.
Yeah.
Okay, and they haven't. including the broken nose guy, which he's my favorite. I love Jess because Jess keeps the stories going. So you got to promise me one thing, William, okay? Promise me one thing.
Okay.
After this interview is done, I don't want you to stop thinking the way you're thinking. I want you to continue on with that, we're crazy and we're doing this and we're doing that. And I want you to continue passing that word along because that's what gets people interested in the Manor. So whatever you do, you got to keep thinking that this place is just insane and that we're doing all these illegal things. Promise? Come on, man. You got to keep the hating. You got to keep the hating. You got to keep the hating going, okay? Because that makes us popular. So don't be stop doing that stuff. All right. So, I got one other thing too here. Now, how about the actors? Now, I know you think that they're crazy and psychopaths and all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do you realize that we have 2 active duty police officers who work here?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Like that would with the thing about them getting why would they would do this free, that ties in with a later question.
All right, but let's talk about that for a second. We have 2 active duty law enforcement officers who work. I'm not going to tell you which ones they are. You probably can tell if you watch the movies. But we have 2 actors who are active duty. They've gone through it, and they are police officers. Now, if anything, how would they work here if anything inappropriate or wrong or illegal was happening? Do you think they would be wanting to have anything to do with McCamey Manor if they're active duty law enforcement?
I mean, it may sound like a little I don't know what you call a thing that doesn't happen, but I don't know. I would say probably corrupt in a way. They could be.
William, you're digging now. You're fishing. So you think my active duty guys are corrupt, William? Young William.
I'm just saying, that's a thing that they could be.
All right, I guess it could be. All right, so there you go, audience. We have 2 corrupt law enforcement officials working here, and they're hiding McCamey Manor. I like that. All right. So what else you got for me, man? This is good. I'm having a good time here on my Friday night. Okay.
And you only you said that. So you're saying in your waiver that they can choose whether they legit, if they say, and not to keep going. If they want to come in there, just try it out, and they say, I want to leave as soon as I say I want to leave. As soon as then right there stops. Everything stops and they leave. Is that an option on your thing, on your bike?
Okay, so you've heard me ask them what? So what do I normally ask them, William?
Do you want to keep going? I mean, some are nutty enough to want to keep going, and then there's those people that want to leave. They be like, I want to leave, and if they before a tour don't tell you that if I say that, just make me keep going. If they don't say that, do you let them leave?
You're talking about after they've told me that no matter what happens, Russ, keep me in. Challenge me. Keep me in, coach. Don't let me go. No matter what happens, keep me in, right? Is that you're talking about those guys, right? And then they're screaming, let me out, let me out, let me out, right?
I'm talking about
Here's the answer. Here's the answer. We're going to keep them in because they said what? They said, Russ, no matter what happens, keep me in. I don't care what's going on. And then after the haunt's all said and done, what do they say again? When I say, look, did we actually hold you against your will? What do they say?
They say no. But,
well, why do they say no?
You got.
Why do they say no?
I mean, you got to think you got to mention my question. Do they have a literal choice? If they say at the beginning, they just if they're one of the people that wants to get an inside look, try it out,
right.
And then when they say they want to leave.
I got your question. All right. So that's why I do the screening process, because there's so many people trying to get in, and we need the right people to get in, that if I've got somebody that says, yeah, you know what, Russ, when I say I'm done, let me out. Well, they're not going to get selected because we don't want to waste, because we know they're going to want out in 5 minutes. And we want people that want to challenge themselves. So we don't want to waste our time setting up a haunt that takes a lot to run for someone who's saying, I'm just going to test it, and then as soon as I say I'm done, I'm done. So no, we don't. So that person wouldn't be selected, because we want people that are like, no, Russ, keep me in, my man. I want to be challenged. I'm here to, like a Spartan race, I'm here to go as far as I can. Push me. Don't let me just quit, and I'll be really happy to see how far I can go. That's the kind of guy I'm looking for. So the kind of guy you're saying that said, and I've never had that person. I've never had anybody ever say, yeah, Russ, I want out as soon as I say I'm out. No one's ever said that, because they understand what this is. This is a survival horror boot camp. This is a challenge spot. This is more than just a haunted house. So those people wouldn't be selected. So that's the answer to your question there. I want the rough and toughies, the ones that really want to challenge themselves. Now, here's a question for you. Have you heard me in my movies, even though I don't show a lot of it, but have you heard me at numerous times stop a show and say, hey, how you guys doing? Are you all right? Do you want to continue on? Blah, blah, blah. Have you heard me say that during a show?
I might have heard like once, twice, yeah.
Yeah, it happens a lot. If you watch the videos, you'll hear not just me, but everybody looking out for their well-being and checking on them and making sure they're okay. But if I'm trying to make the scariest movie possible, I'm not going to include a lot of that. Like you said, you can edit things to make things look your way. Well, if I'm editing a movie and I'm trying to make it look scary and something that's going to agitate guys like you, I'm not going to put in there where I stop the show and we pamper them and all that until they're ready to go again. That's not scary. So yeah, I'm going to edit that stuff out. But does it happen? Sure, it happens. And if you listen to the interviews, they say that. You know, they tell you that, hey, yeah, we were always there. We were always looking out for them. They gave us water. They gave us, you know, you hear all that in the interviews. But I don't want to show all that.
With the ending of, your two main guys, your Mario and Luigi guys,
okay.
Would you say that they were, that ending where they were like, you said I felt like I was going to die, this and that, and would you say that's basically that's kind of like an inside peek to your, like, break time, basically, your breaks?
No. That's not really. That's just some good killer footage right there. That's just a good moment. We're looking for magic moments, and so that's not really a break time. Oh, it kind of was in a sense. I mean, we give them water and make sure they're okay. But no,
that's basically the essentials of what you do during a
break.
Like, yeah.
Not really. If you watch the movies, you'll see us giving people breaks and checking on them and all that. I guess you could call that kind of a break, because we could have, and with Mario and Luigi, we could have kept them going and not giving them any breaks and just kind of ran them. But we didn't, though. We stop them, talk to them, see what they're doing, convince them, say, look, do you want to go? One guy says, yeah, I do. One guy says, I don't. All right, well, then, then they talk about it with each other. Then they're like, all right, let's go. Let's do it some more. So that's kind of a break, I guess. But those aren't even the breaks I'm talking about. We even do more breaks than that. But that's some really interesting footage. And I'm all about gaining that interesting footage, so you guys are going, wow, that's pretty crazy stuff. Because it is crazy. It really is an interesting thing to be that close to people who are in a different world. And then, and it's pretty fascinating to see that I created something that really can, because it's all smoke and mirrors. The reality, it's smoke and mirrors. It's not real life. But we can get,
like, if somebody was to literally sit and watch you do one of your haunts,
right,
it would not look nearly as bad to the person as it is to the person physically in it.
Of course not. Of course not. It's a magic act. No, it's going to be absolutely 1,000 times worse for the person going in. And we know how to do. We have lots of tricks that we do, and we know exactly. It's a show. It's a big show. And again, if it was really as bad as what people think it is, we wouldn't be allowed to do this. We wouldn't be offered television shows. We wouldn't be in the Haunters documentary. We wouldn't be going to Scare LA and being on the panels next week. We wouldn't be doing any of this stuff. We would be like blackballed. It'd be illegal. And obviously, clearly, it's not. And And of course, we have our law enforcement guys, even though you think they're corrupt, which obviously they're not. But that's that's kind of
I don't
goofy.
Completely think. I'm just saying it could be a possibility.
All right, okay, all right. So what else you got? Because so far you're not giving me anything. You got to give me something. You got to give me some really hardcore evidence, something that's really going on that would make you flip out the way you do and write all these crazy comments and stuff. I got it. Give me your best stuff. Give me your best stuff.
All right. You say you stream it live to Las Vegas, correct?
Well, that's what I hear. That's what I hear. I can neither confirm nor deny. How about that one? Ooh, that'll cause some problems.
But pretty much you're saying, you said you said at one point that you did. So then you were in like direct, like, I don't know, I would say like you're in association with illegal betting. And if you can't
wait now, how is that illegal? How is Las Vegas illegal?
No, I'm saying, like, if you're illegally betting, because it's not in, like, I can't go down there and go to some random casinos and do that, because, like, that's normally where you would do that.
Where, in Vegas? In Vegas? You're talking about in Vegas, right?
Yeah, and you're talking about how it was streamed down there, and it was in some, like, I don't know, it sounds like it's a little bit
underground. It's a little underground, but it's still legal. If you went down to Vegas and you got a hold of a bookie and you said you wanted to go to where McCamey Manor is, and if you wanted to pay the entrance fee is $500 to get in. $500 to get in. So these are some very specialized individuals that watch the manor. So $500 they pay to get there, and then whatever they do, they do. But what I can tell you is that they donate to the Rescue Society, so that's all good. And I mean, I can tell you that we don't make a single penny on it, but they donate to help the dogs out. But it's totally legal in Vegas. They can do that, but it's definitely a very specialized group that are involved. It's not illegal.
It's legal?
Sure, it's legal. Of course it's legal.
It doesn't see if it's a little underground and it's not approved by, like, if they ain't got
Who says it's not approved?
Certain paperwork, the certain licenses and everything to do this, then that's illegal betting.
All right. Well,
like right there.
All right. Well, I'd have to disagree with you because, again, they're still up and running. So if they're up and running, and if I'm talking about it, if it was illegal, I wouldn't be able to talk about it. They'd be out here gunning me down, right? And they're not. So
I mean, yeah, but it's still like, I mean, it's still illegal if they don't have, like, if you're able to, like, have them to provide certain stuff saying that they are legal.
Well, I'm telling you, well, they do. Obviously, they have what they need. Otherwise, they couldn't do what they do. But not everybody is willing to pay $500 for a ticket to get in there to gamble, right?
Honestly, I am literally thinking about starting up the little piggy bank.
There you go. Then we'll get you on down there.
Just to even, like,
get your foot in the door. And I can tell you, I've never been there. I've seen it, but I don't want to go in there. It's not my cup of tea. All right. So what else you got?
All right. The stuff that gets donated to Operation Greyhound, correct? It's a thing that help, like a charity that helps. Something about, like, greyhounds.
Yeah, so that's very important. So everybody needs to know that price of admission to McCamey Manor is 4 cans of dog food or a bag of dog food for $1 million hunt. And that goes to Operation Greyhound. So it's www.operationgreyhound.com. And if anybody knows the plight of greyhounds, they are mistreated animals in a big way. They run all their life. They're kept in a cage their entire life. They're treated super bad. They don't know what toys are. They have a muzzle on their entire life. And then they go to Mexico when their running days are over and they run out at the tracks in Mexico and then they kill them. They cut their heads off, cut their ears off, put them in trash bags, and they're abused. Really, it's a horrible scenario. That's the life of a greyhound. So Operation Greyhound Rescue, those guys go out to Mexico and rescue these dogs before they're killed, and they bring them over to the States, and people adopt them like ourselves. We've had up to 12 greyhounds ourselves, and these are very mistreated animals, but they're also the most loving, caring little things you could possibly imagine. So yes, everything we do goes towards Operation Greyhound. And anybody out there listening, you guys need to check on that. If you want a great dog, rescue a greyhound because they've had a rough life.
All right, and like the.
So what's your question on that? Do you not think
just a few cans to get into a $1 million hunt? But the question is, like, how do you even go? Like, do you have an actual job, like, outside of this stuff? Like, how are you funding all of this?
It's $1 million. Yeah, it is. It's my hobby. It's my passion. The biggest advice I can give to any young person like yourself to do anything with your passion is stay in school and get a high paying job or get a smart paying job, something that's going to have good benefits. And that's what I did. I was in the Navy for 23 years. I retired, and then I went and worked for veterans for 13 years after that. And now I do the hunt full time. So all the money I made throughout those years, it all went to the hunt. You know, I bought a house, I was successful, I've been a disc jockey, I did all these things, but it's because I had a good job. Not a high paying job, just a normal job. Everybody knows in the military, you're not going to get rich. So I do it because I love doing it. I do it because it's my passion. Because it's what I would do it no matter if I was living on the streets. I would somehow do a haunted house. So I'm fortunate enough to live my dream. I mean, that's pretty wicked cool. So I'm a relatively young guy still, and I can do nothing but I'm retired now, and I can do my haunt full time. So I think I'm a pretty lucky lad, and that's because I worked my whole life. So yeah, there's no magic to it. I worked, I saved, I got a 401k, I do all the things that you need to do, which is the kind of things you need to do as well. And like people tell you, you know, if you're the best job in the world is one that you're, you know, that you love doing, right? It's not a job that way, and that's what the haunt is for me. It's a lot of work, but I love doing it. So there's no magic behind that. It's just being smart throughout my years. I paid my dues. I was out to sea for 17 years. While you're out there playing games, I've been out to sea. I love games too, by the way. I'm a big gamer. But, so yeah, man, I paid my dues, and now I'm doing what I want to do. That's all.
All right. And, so, let's see, what was on it? I have stuff written down over here. So
right. You got to give me the big blowout one, man. The one that really catches me on everything. You got to give me the one that's really like, you've got me. You told me that you could blow me out of the water, so blow me out of the water now.
So like, no way. Like, okay.
Okay.
So basically, they sign a waiver, and if they do, like, you're not specifically telling them like a certain thing that is going to like happen, like. You got hundreds of things you won't tell them, like,
correct,
one out of everything, and you won't use that thing, like, at this, like, make sure that they know the exact severity that this is going to rise to.
Right.
Is going to come.
Right. I don't tell them everything. I tell them what kind of things are going to be exposed to, what type of activities, but no, I don't tell them all the secrets. They have to come here to find out. But they generally know what types, like, for example, they know that they could be buried 12 feet in the dirt, and they're going to have to dig themselves out of a 12-foot container. They know that. They know that there might be water involved. They know that there might be heights involved, that they might be walking on a plank that's 25 feet in the air. They know a lot of things without giving them specifics. They know that there might be an eel. They know that there might be critters. So, but we don't tell them specifically what the stunt is. That would spoil it. But during my hour-long interview and on the 10-page waiver, I make doggone sure they understand the types of activities that they're going to come in contact with. So they know that for sure. Absolutely.
All right. And, you know, like, I copy and pasted some torture laws, like, and some of these are strikingly pretty on par with some of it. Not like, you know, not like stuff to the point of where it's like freaking like ridiculously horrible, but like it's like
So how are we torturing people?
Torture means like an act of committing by a person acting under color of a law specifically intended to inflict, you know, physical or mental pain, or if any kind at all. So, like, you know, doesn't that seem like a little
like what we're doing?
Like, yeah, like you're
like what?
Like the point of you say that the point of your hunt isn't to like inflict mental, physical, or any pain like that, but yet it is. So it's more. It's like a thing that you're just saying just so you don't get in trouble for it.
Okay, again, remember now, a couple key things. We have law enforcement that work here. All right, that's one thing. And then have you watched the videos where we asked the question, were you ever tortured inside the manor? You've heard that, right?
Yeah, but I'm thinking like they probably don't. They're not up to par with what they know, like specifically in the laws of what.
But wouldn't they know better than anybody else since they actually went through it? And especially like it's been like, you know, a month or a year and they've had all this time to sit on it. If they were really tortured, you know, wouldn't they know that? And wouldn't they be harmed from that?
Like,
Nod your head, yes, they would be. If they were really tortured, they would be harmed mentally or physically. And then that way, in all the interviews at the end, you would get different responses. So when we said, in reality, are you really tortured inside the manor? Have you ever heard one person say they are?
I've heard a good few.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That they said they're tortured?
Say that they were like, you're 6 hour hater, you're 6 hour number one hater or whatever.
No. I'm talking about, have you heard anybody who's gone through the tour?
Yes.
Say they were tortured.
6 hours of it.
Who is that?
She, the one girl that said she went through over.
Amy?
Your longest survivor in the tour.
Oh, Sarah?
Yeah, I think that was her. And
have you watched her? Have you watched her movie?
Her movie, yeah.
Okay. Have you watched her interview?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she after that she's saying that it was like it made a negative. It was a negative impact. It wasn't a positive thing, like you always say it is. It's like
really okay. You need to show me that because I know exactly what her interview says, and her interview was done like a year and a half after the event, so she had plenty of time to think about it. So you need to go in there and show me where she says it's negative and she's not a supporter and it was torture. You need to show me all that because it doesn't say that.
And you were calling her a hater because she was, calling you all out about it.
Right.
Like,
I was calling her a hater because she got mixed in with the hate group. Because people get mixed in with the hate group when they want to kind of be... what the hate group does is they try to contact all people who've gone through, and then they try to basically find out what's going on inside the manor, and they try to learn the tricks of the trade. And basically, some people are kind of weak, and they have a tendency to want to go towards where the attention is at. And then she did that for a while, and then she found out what a bunch of screwballs they were. Just like April, the same thing happened with her, and now she calls them out because she apologized for getting caught in their little BS. So yes, at certain points, are some of those people like I'll tell you on a hand, on one hand I can tell you the haters. We had April, no longer a hater. We had Sarah, she's no longer a hater because she admitted that she was wrong and it wasn't good what she did and she apologized. We have Amy. Amy is my little prize little package. She's the one that's really a screwball. The one goes to the media all the time. And I love Amy. She's got to keep what she's doing because I love what she does. And again, nothing's ever happened with that. So we have Amy. And again, if you watch her interview, she says how much she loved the manor and all that. But there's reasons why we do the mental screening as well now. And the mental screening is to make sure we keep certain people that should never been in the manor out of the manor. But 99.9% of the people that go through, it's a positive thing for them. And for some people it's not, that's okay. Because it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But if we were really torturing, taking off fingernails and doing whatever you think torture is. But so give me an example of torture.
I'm not talking about a little less on the physical side and more on the mental side of it.
That's the game, my man. That's the game. The game is to get inside your head and to mess with that head and to do all the things that we do. That's the whole idea. That's what they're signing up for. Is that illegal? Absolutely not. Do they know that's what's going to happen? They certainly do. We're not there to baby them. We're there to give them an extreme adventure. We even do things like, you probably know now, but we even hypnotize people. You know that, right?
Okay, that's you already know that it's going to raise a button.
Oh, that's okay. I don't care if they know. I said it on my last interview. So yeah, so we've always hypnotized people. So if you watch certain videos of people, watch them with that knowledge now, and you can see which person is hypnotized and which person is not. In fact, watch Sarah's again, and you may have a really good idea at what point we hypnotized her. So we do a lot of things like that. So we have an actual guy who he plays like at SeaWorld and does birthday parties and corporate events. He's been a hypnotist for a long time. We've used him for years. So everybody, I'm giving you an exclusive here, not many people know this. So everybody that goes through the haunt when we're at the pickup zone, and you don't see it on camera, I don't show that part, but we actually hypnotize. Not everybody, it doesn't work on everybody, but usually one of the two will be able to get. So you'll see it in their eyes, and you can tell who is and who's not. And that's one of the mind tricks that we do. Is that torture? That's not torture. That's just a mind trick. Are they still in control? Sure they are. But we absolutely have them in the palm of our hands. So that's one trick that we do. Pretty cool, right?
So hypnotizing, that's just I'm just gonna be the
okay.
Let me go grab my tinfoil hat real quick.
Get your tinfoil hat on. All right.
Yep. Basically, you could be hypnotizing them to. I don't know if it's possible, if when they leave, if there's a way they still everything, but they're basically where they will not say anything after that about what is in the haunt.
Ooh,
that they will give a positive review. All this stuff.
I like that one. Keep that one going. That's a good one. I never thought of that rumor. That's a good rumor. In fact, it's your job to pass that rumor around now. Say that, hey, look, I know the reason why they say positive reviews, because they're hypnotized still, even though they've been out of the haunt for a year. I love that one. William, you're my man. You keep that one going. That's a good rumor, and you can take credit for that rumor and pass that one along. That's a good one. I like that one. All right. So that's your job. You keep that one going. So I like your tin hat on that one there. That's good. So I'm just gonna keep mum on that one, because that's a great rumor to pass. So I like that one. All right, so what else we got, my man? What else we got? Blow me out of the water here. Blow me out of the water.
All right. So who is this is probably one that everybody wants to know, like, who is funding like your whole like buying everything for the haunt and everything?
I told you, me and working.
How is if I'm guessing like this is like a full-time thing. So you don't have any other source of income that's
nope.
sourcing this?
Nothing. It's all income from a year ago, because I'm not working at all now. So now it's just I get a little dinky little pension from the Navy, very small amount. I still have a mortgage I have to take care of. I got a lot of sick dogs we got to take care of. We have all these greyhounds that need a lot of help, and they're very expensive. So this is all stuff that I've saved throughout the years. So it's very expensive. So I am very committed to making this haunt really special for the fans, and it cost me a ton of money, my man. I mean, this is, $500,000 plus easy, and this is all money that I've just saved throughout the years, and I just bought things as I went along. So I just live payday by payday, and that's it. I am not a rich guy. I'm not a millionaire. I make stuff, and we cut corners, and we just do what you do for the love of what you like to do. It's just all about the passion. So there's no trick.
I don't understand how you can. Because on an average home, like, it costs a lot of money, just like not even on it, like just on a regular home.
Yep.
It costs a lot of money. So like, I don't see how over just like a few years, like over a few years, you could have saved up literally like that much money.
I could have
to be able to run this haunt, run your house, pay your bills, everything like that, pay your mortgage and everything like that.
Absolutely.
I don't see where the money like.
I'm a hard-working guy. I've been working my entire life. I've been saving my entire life. I've been building my entire life. I work on the weekends as an entertainer and a DJ. I do all that. I'm always working. I'm never sitting still. Now I am. Now I'm working only on the hunt.
That the betting thing is that it's actually the money is coming to you.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one. Maybe, right?
Maybe the money could be like
could
you.
Be.
You're just not say anything.
Wow, could be. I like that one.
Because I mean, it must cost a lot to just run, one night at the haunt.
It does. I'm not gonna lie to you. It costs a lot. It costs a lot to run. You bet. So I like that. I like that idea. I like the notion that the betting in Vegas is coming back here. That's another good one to start up. Because I like that. I like that conspiracy. I love conspiracy theories. You're making my night tonight. So I'm telling you, it's not that way, but I like the fact that you think it is. And so continue with that. Because, you know, it's not, because that's more exciting than me just being a hardworking guy my entire life. I like the Vegas conspiracy instead. That's much better. Because it's boring just to think that I worked like crazy my entire life, saving and scrimping and doing what I love to do and just building on. That's boring. Vegas, mobsters, all that stuff, mucho better. Keep that going. I like that one. So we got the hypnosis thing. That's on you now, and we got the mob. In fact, do that. Make sure that people think the mob is involved now. That's even better. Make it really good and juicy.
I'm just saying, like, it's the gambling,
all right.
You know, people who are running it. Or you're getting a cut out of this. I mean, there's no, like, honestly,
all right.
Greed is one thing that we all share. And,
well, I guess I'm different then. I only can tell you the truth. I only can tell you the truth. And if you don't want to believe it, that's okay. So truthful-wise, we don't make a single penny and never have off the haunt. Now, one day it would be nice to make some money off of it just to help keep the doors open because it's so expensive to run. But as of right now, we've never made anything. But I'm going to leave it up to you in the tin hat to think what you want to think. Because I'm not going to be able to change your mind on that one. So, all right. So what else you got? Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, and also, let's see here. You don't show, or not that one. Let's see here. Yeah, how clean it is there during your hunts. Like,
okay.
Can somebody possibly contract something like you know, I mean, heck, if somebody has to go to the bathroom, I mean, it's where the way that you run the hunt, it feels like you're just like, go as you are, basically.
Well, basically, nobody's ever been in there long enough that's a problem, right? So they all like if you can't hold it for 6 hours, then there's a problem. So people are well versed to know that if they can't hold their bladder, then this probably isn't the place for them as well. So I'm not going to monitor if they went pee or not. They know not to do that. If they do, that's up to them. Is the place clean? Absolutely. Has anybody ever been contracted anything? No. Has anybody ever gotten sick? No. You know, but I mean, you can do that in your room. Maybe your room's not very clean, right? So it could, you know, okay. maybe you know that's more nasty than the hunt. So yeah, that hasn't been an issue, but you know, I mean, anything's possible, but hasn't happened yet. All right, what else you got?
All right, and like also the throw up. You all like in like it's a lot unsanitary. A lot, like you just saying, letting them throw up anywhere, not giving them not pausing for a second, giving them a bag, everything like I like, you know,
like a little airbag, a little motion bag. No, they're not gonna get a motion bag.
To keep them from getting everywhere, and like I never see them wear like, you know, cleanliness for even just the actors safe, like they don't wear any gloves. They're putting their fingers in their mouths and they're everywhere. I already know like the real hardcore tinfoil hats are gonna take that the wrong way, but yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't see us cleaning the place down that we do. We're always scrubbing things down, watering things down, so it's obviously clean. But is there throw up? Absolutely, and everybody knows that. And you know that's either going to offend somebody or it's not. Is it illegal to throw up? Nope. Is it illegal to throw up in your own hands and then rub it all over your face? Nope. Is it dangerous for you to take your own bile and rub it around like a lotion on your face? Nope. Is it gross? Yep. But we do a lot of gross things, and that's just the name of the game. That's just
and also like force feeding.
Force feeding. Okay.
Like where you'll feed them some. They don't even know what it is. I don't think. Like, do you put in your waiver? It says that I know I am everything I'm going to be eating in this. If I do. Well,
I can tell you that we find out what kind of things they are allergic to. So I make sure there's nothing in there that is going to be detrimental to them allergy-wise. No peanuts or poultry or beef. So I make sure, part of the interview process, that they know that I know what they're allergic to, if anything at all. And then if you notice a lot of the film, they feed each other. So the guests are made to feed one another. That happens. And that's all part of the game too. We all know that if you're selected to go see Mother, you're going to have a lovely 7-course dinner on us. And if that's not okay with you, then this is not where you want to be, because it could happen.
If I didn't want informed on this stuff, and I were to, if I were the biggest idiot in the world to go in there,
right?
See, I'm vegan. I don't eat any of that, any of that meat or any of that animal crap, and
then you wouldn't want to be here. Then you wouldn't be here. You'd go, yep, that's a disqualifying factor for me.
I'm saying, if there's people that want to, is there alternatives that you would do if somebody said that they were like vegetarian?
Yeah,
vegan,
I do. Yeah, that's part of the screening process. I do all the time. That's what I'm saying. So if they're allergic, or if there's something they can't have, or yeah, absolutely, that's not a big deal. There's all kinds of interesting, exotic Oriental foods that we can feed them that they can just love the cuisine on. Now, we can find interesting things for Mother to feed them. That's not a problem. But they got to know that's part of the deal. Yeah, that's part of the deal. You know, if that's a deal breaker for someone, then they won't come here. They're like, nope.
I'm just waiting for one time that you feed them something, and then and then it's mountain oysters or something like that. In case you don't know what that is.
Yeah, I know what that is. But and they're fine to eat. I mean, there's nothing illegal or wrong with mountain oysters. They'd be gross, but people eat them. People eat them, right? All right. So what else you got?
All right. Let's see here.
You still haven't blown me out of the water yet. I'm still waiting for the big one, man. You haven't blown me out of the water yet.
Like, what goes on the in between moments of the in between moments of the tour where either your camera dies,
oh, the good stuff,
quote unquote, or you're not, you don't put that in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Like that ain't detrimental to the haunt. Why don't you that ain't detrimental to ruining it for them? So why don't you show that? Is there something you're trying to
hide? Oh, I like that one. We're hiding. I like it. Well, some people think it's hiding, and others think that it's just keeping the mystery alive. And I like to think it's the mystery part, because if we were hiding something illegal, trust me, that would get out. Somebody would say something, even though I know they're hypnotized not to say it, but somebody would break the curse that we have on them, and they would spill the beans about these illegal functions. So no, so I don't show all that stuff because, again, I'm a magician in a sense, and I'm not going to give away all the tricks, because I want people to come here excited and thrilled and shocked. I show them just the silly, corny stuff over and over, the same old stuff, because that's all they're going to see. But all the other stuff, that's got to be the prize for getting here. And that's why people quit. And that's why people are in shock. And people are like, I can't believe this is happening. And because they're seeing things that will blow their socks off. And it's crazy stuff. But I will never, ever show it. That's going to be a secret till the day I die. I'm only going to show 5% of the haunt. So those folks got to get out here to see it.
All right. And just personal question on one of the haunts videos. You said somebody only lasted for 20 minutes, and the video lasted for an hour. I was just curious on that one. Somebody who's in a red red shirt or whatever.
Yeah, that's Mario.
Orange.
That's Mario Brothers.
Orange. He was orange, and he was only in there.
Oh,
for 20
that's
minutes,
Steve. That's Steve.
But the video was there for an hour, and I'm like,
yeah, because I intertwine it with interviews, and I intertwine it with photos and that kind of thing. So it's easy to stretch them out. You got to stretch them.
The accusations and stuff like that.
No, because you got to make the movie interesting, right? So you got to kind of stretch it out a little bit and throw extra stuff in there, and yeah, that's all that is.
Yeah, I'd also heard rumors of evading taxes on the thing, on everything,
Taxes. I like that. No, unfortunately, since we don't make any money on it, there's no taxes. coming with MCKAMEY Manor. MCKAMEY Manor is for family and friends. So the people that come through here, it's not the general public. General public is not allowed here. By the time a person actually gets into the haunt, they are like a family or a friend. This is no different than if you had, you know, a wild hobby. You know, if you want folks come in and watch your gaming collection, same thing. And you brought a couple of buddies over to do that. We're bringing a couple of buddies over to come through our hobby at a warehouse. We just happen to do ours at 2 warehouses. So it's not general public. It's, by the time people get here, they are considered friends. And it's, you know, they know exactly what they're getting into. It just doesn't take place at a house. It takes place at 2 big old warehouses in San Diego. And it's good stuff, man. You got to try the tour.
You said if there's multiple zones, so how does it take place in 2 warehouses, and you also go across the border or something like that?
Well, we did. Okay, so with the old haunt, MCKAMEY Manor, there were 5 different zones, and one was across the border. We'd actually simulate a hostage scenario. The federales would get involved, and they would rip the guy out of the trunk and take him to interrogation hall and us, and we would go through a simulation like we were actually getting interrogated. And then we'd have to do a breakout routine, and we would run to this warehouse, and people believed it. So the audience, the guests who went through it, and I never showed that footage. I might show it one day. But you would think that you were really actually getting, you know, taken hostage by the federales. It was scary, really scary. So that's why you had to have a passport back then. So that's one thing. But now with the new location, we only have 2 large warehouses for the chamber. So we had 5 spots for MCKAMEY Manor, but the new chamber is more streamlined, and it kind of cuts down a lot of the bells and whistles, and we get right to all the fun stuff. So I don't need 5 locations now. I need 2 large warehouses are plenty for what we're doing, and it's a whole different show now, completely different show, and it's extremely exciting, actually.
So you're saying like you all are permanently in New Jersey in the warehouse then?
No, San Diego.
Okay, so that's y'all go back there. Are y'all going to be checking, make sure that they have passports? Like
no, because we're not going across the border anymore. So we're not doing that.
That was just old news.
That was old. That was for MCKAMEY Manor. That was last year's haunt. We'd go across the border. Now this, because every year I got to mix it up, got to change things up, right? So now it's a whole different ball game. How we're doing the chamber, it's called MCKAMEY Manor's The Chamber. That's a whole different ball game of what the manor used to be. Even though we're doing some of the same things, but we're doing a lot of crazy things that you can only imagine. I will never show you hardly anything of the chamber because it's very secretive, very secretive. The chamber is crazier than you could put your tin hat on and imagine. It's nuts. Yeah, all the low information crowd would go bananas if they knew all the stunts we have going on at the chamber. It's nuts.
And so in the chamber, it's space. So you're saying, like, what's keeping people from, if they go through and then they turn into a hater and then they literally tell everything about the haunt?
But they don't, though. That's crazy.
I'm saying what is the repercussion of if somebody does that at one time?
Well, they don't, because remember, they're hypnotized not to.
No, I'm saying if we're not even thinking about that, like, I'm saying,
I don't know. That's a good question.
Is that threats of a lawsuit or something against them if they reveal anything? Or
what the rumor is the threat. There's threats of us coming out there and killing them. You must have heard that one, right? That if they talk about
that one just passed in one ear out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
This just doesn't sound real.
It could be real. Totally... So the rumor is that if they talk about the manor, we come and get them and steal them away in the middle of the night and take them to Mexico and bury them alive. I've heard all kinds of things, so I can neither confirm nor deny. Now, I don't think anything like that's happening, but I can't tell you why they don't talk, because hundreds of people, if they wanted to, could be talking. So my interpretation of why they don't is out of respect. They understand that the show is just that. It's a show. They understand that it's not real. They understand that they were given the opportunity to do something really unique and exciting, and that they don't want to spoil it for other people. So that's my take on why they don't say anything, because they certainly could if they wanted to, but they don't, which is pretty amazing. So I think it's kind of out of respect for me and the manor that they keep quiet. So which is actually pretty cool. Or it could be because we're going to go out there and kill them, like I've heard. One or the other. One or the other. One or the other. Or they're hypnotized, like you said. I like that one. I like the one that they're hypnotized, and that's why they're not saying anything. All right, what else you got, man? We got to wrap this thing up here pretty quick.
Yep, I got. Let's see here. I got more. I got like 3 or 4 more.
All right. We'll go fast.
All right. Things. Some of the things you do are a violation of human rights.
They are?
Thing like that. Any like.
Like what?
Like putting them basically like what happens when somebody like on that one that you told in that recent podcast thing, they get dunked upside down. They're in a straitjacket.
Right.
They literally cannot talk. It's all dark.
Mm-hmm.
And except for that light.
Yeah.
What happens when they breathe in water and they start to drown, but you don't notice it because it's gonna be hard to notice when you got
Mm-hmm.
you got only a light. You can't see their face. You can't see nothing.
So you're assuming that they're drowning or that they're breathing in water.
That there's no way you're going to bring them up before that certain time.
Well, then I would have to assume that I have probably thought that through. And again, I can't give you all the details because that's one of the that's a really cool thing to have to experience. But clearly, all of my stunts I have tried myself, and I have designed them to make them safe. Safety is always paramount. So that's why nobody's ever drowned. They're going to panic. They're going to panic until Sunday, but they're not going to drown.
How are you going to be able to tell that panicking from them ingesting water into their lungs and water getting in their lungs and them being actually hurt from it?
We can tell. We can tell. Without giving away all the secrets, we can tell. And you got to remember, too, that we actually have an EMT on board as well. So every time we run the show, and also to tell you this, but whatever. But yeah, we haven't. That's why it's expensive to run the show. So my little EMT, he cost me $300 a day because he's an off-duty EMT, and he's the only guy that I pay because he's not a volunteer. So we actually have an EMT standing by for any kind of emergency. Of course, he's never needed, but I do that just to protect myself in case there ever is an issue. But so far, knock on wood, we're all good to go. All right, what else you got?
Let's see here. Where was I? All right. So you do, like I said, like you said you do this. Like it's gonna go back to an earlier one.
Okay.
Kind of touch on it.
Sure.
You do this for free, and you are happy by what you do. In my opinion, that kind of like raises one of the red flags about you as a whole, or your or your actors' mental state and what they're thinking, and what their mental state is if they like to do this and they know it's hurting them, and then
But it's not hurting them now. But in reality, it's not hurting them.
For the moment being, it is.
Not really. It's uncomfortable and it's scary. Have you ever walked up behind somebody and gave them a big scare, like your mom or dad, or your sister or brother? Somebody, right? You have.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That last
so you're smiling about that. You're smiling about that. So what kind of emotion did you get when you scared them?
A little boost.
Well, wait, though. I'm just asking. So what kind of emotion? Because you're smiling, you're thinking back as that being a good moment. It's fun, isn't it?
I mean, it's fun to scare people. But
okay.
This is
but wait now.
Where they're in. When I go find my friend, I don't think so. He wasn't over here like freaking saying he felt that it was worse than a military boot camp.
Okay. But it's fun. It's fun when you scare. So all we're doing is taking that entertainment to the 100th level. So imagine how much fun it is when you walk up behind somebody and you scared them. Well, imagine how much fun it is for us to put on this massive big show and to see it actually come together to where it really works and to where all the things we designed actually play out like we think and hope that they will. And so we're getting the same kind of enjoyment that you get, a big smile on our face. And it's fun to scare people, but we're just doing it at a higher level than a normal boo scare. But it's the same thing, same entertainment. It's all showbiz. It's just fun to do, and it's fun for the audience. I mean, why do you think people go to scary movies or ride roller coasters or bungee jump? They do it for the thrill of it, right? Their adrenaline.
No, they do it because they're mentally crazy.
Okay, but those so-called mentally crazy people, they like being scared, and so we're a place that can actually legitly let you live out your own horror movie in a safe environment. And that's pretty doggone exciting for a lot of people. So does it make us feel really good to do that? Absolutely. We feel great when we know we've given somebody a great show and they're all jazzed about it and they're going to remember that for the rest of their life and be telling their kids and grandkids. That means we did our job. And feel good about it.
Grandkids are going to be like...
They're going to go, hey, Grandpa, show me the footage. Show me your movie. They're going to see it. They're going to go, my God, it's crazy. Yeah, they're going to love it. And the person that goes through it with their own movie, that's a badge of honor for them. So it's just cool stuff.
So you're saying that they themselves, their own person, has access to uncut full video?
No. I'm a filmmaker. So just as any filmmaker, if you shoot a movie, you're not going to give that to your star. And when a person goes through the haunt, they're my star. They're my star actor that day. So when time comes and when the time is right, I'm going to make a movie of them. If it's interesting, if they're boring, I won't. But if they have got some good footage on them, then I'm going to cut, create music, score, sound effects, lighting, colorization. I'm going to do all that stuff and make their movie. But no one's ever going to get the raw footage. No director would give that away. It's not going to be exciting. Raw footage isn't exciting. You have to put it together to make it exciting. But, they're going to get their own YouTube movie one day, and hopefully they're going to love it, like they all do. And thousands will see it and go from there. So it's a pretty cool thing to have your own movie.
All right.
What else you got?
Let's see here. Find my spot again.
All right.
Page. Oh yeah. Also, last thing, you all use live animals there, is that correct?
We do.
Use real live animals that are being taken out of their natural habitat and brought there. This is people are gonna tag this as this part is the vegan rant, but
that's fine.
It's you take isn't there a possible way that you all just by I just don't like it that you all are using complete real animals that are actually
all real.
Real bugs, real it's real? Like some people say they don't care about bugs or whatever. I hate bugs, but you know what? I don't want to I don't want to kill them or anything like that, or put it take them out of their natural habitat.
Okay.
I just like to leave them alone. Why do you all do that?
Because it's scary. And we didn't take them out of their natural habitat. These are rascals that were bought out of pet stores, so they're already out of their natural habitat. And so now these pet store spiders and snakes and rats and scorpions we have and eels we have, and the list goes on and on and on. So now these rascals are not in a pet store anymore, and now they're the star of MCKAMEY Manor, and they're treated actually quite well. They have their own wranglers, their own people that care for them. And we never had any issues with them.
If you think of this in a way, they had to have come from somewhere, and they don't just all right.
Well, so what's worse though, keeping them in a pet store, or bringing them out and letting them kind of wander around and do their thing at MCKAMEY Manor?
I would say leaving them in their natural habitat.
But that's not an issue. I mean, so we didn't go. So we didn't go out there to get them at their natural habitat. So we didn't go out there and look in the gopher holes and bring them out, or we didn't go out in the desert and find a scorpion. These are all the critters we use are critters that we bought from pet store, or people that breed the animals or whatever. So they're already out of their habitat. So we didn't go out there and get anybody. They're already in the for sale mode already. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just something that's just the way it is.
You think it'd be a lot more ethical to use to not exploit different animals and, exploit them by, just using them there's other alternatives like animatronics, all that stuff, you're Mr. I spent $1 million on a hunt. I mean,
well, unfortunately, there's no animatronic that's as real as a real critter. That's just not going to happen. Maybe one year that'll happen, but there's nothing as real as a real animal, and there's a big difference between an animatronic and a fake snake or a fake scorpion, not the real deal. But just be aware that we're not going out there and finding them. They're already there for purchase. Just like if you went to a pound and got a dog, he's already there to be brought home. So we actually think our critters are in really good shape because we take good care of them. They get a lot of good food, lots of good stuff, and we've never had any problems with them. And again, they're handled by specific wranglers. I don't even keep them here. They're kept at other people's houses. So it's like it's their pets. And they bring their pets here, and then they're the pets are the star of the show for a while, and then they take them back home. But
right.
But I hear
also, are they like, what if one time one bites them, like a snake bites them, or a scorpion sticks them with its tail? You know, scorpions are poisonous. Or like, what if it, like, literally, like, if you know, like, you were messing with the scorpion on somebody's tongue one time, what if it just clips its tongue and like clips through it or something? I don't know how sharp they are, so
it could. It could. That'd make for some wild footage, wouldn't it? Though. That'd be some really interesting footage, but
you know, like that.
It hasn't happened, so it hasn't happened, and we're really careful about that. And you got to be cautious because, like for example, there's one stunt we have where you're locked in a plexiglass box, and again, I'm giving away a secret here. You're locked in a plexiglass box, and your legs are locked in, your arms are locked in. We have no. You haven't. I don't think I've shown this one, but we have 65 tarantulas crawling on you at one time. 65 of them. So the best thing to do is not to move a muscle. I'll show it once in a while where we bring out one, but the big box where we have 65. That is a scary scenario. So you have to be very still and not move, and no one's ever been bit. We also have a stunt where we have rats. We have a lot of rats. You go through this underground sewage system, and you climb through this big tunnel. I'm giving away way too many secrets right now, but whatever. So you go through this tunnel, and it's part of where I told you how you get to climb out of this 12-foot mound of dirt, right? I told you about that, right? And
but like literally, like,
yeah, literally.
Unless you were doing this in how I think you might be doing it, like having a little, like, you know, plexiglass with metal bars inside, and then you have like little pins you pull, and then you have them climb out onto a platform above.
Oh no! You got no. It's you got to actually,
and just in case they literally can't get out, you can bust it away easy.
No.
That's more of an ethnical way of doing it.
No, well, you don't know that because I'm the creative one. I'm the guy that constructs, so you don't know, unless you saw it happen live, you don't know how we're doing it. But let me tell you, it's real, and that's something I can't tell you exactly.
Somebody if they can't literally,
we have ways. We always have ways to get people out, always. But before you get to that point of where you have 12 foot of dirt collapsed on top of you and you have to dig your way out. Before that happens, you are in a drain system, and we have the last count was 44, I forget what it is now, but we had 44 rats that enter the drainage system, and you're going to be completely engulfed in rats, and quite entertaining. And if you want to see,
they don't bite them?
Yeah, they scratch and all, and that's one thing I tell people, that you're going to get cuts and bruises and scratches.
Like, so are you saying, like, are these like type? Because I know rats carry diseases.
These aren't diseased rats. These are pet store rats and mice, a combination. But it's still really scary, because it's so thick inside that you got to basically climb through them. That's the kind of stuff that I don't show. That freak people out.
If you're engulfed in them, you got to climb through them. It's also hurting the animal.
Nope, because you're on a contraption where they don't get squished. That you're not. No, they're not being hurt. Trust me.
If you have to crawl through them, they're on the ground.
Okay. Well, again, I'm the guy that creates these illusions, and I create them to where they're not being hurt. They're not being crushed. So
I mean, heck, somebody's gonna go down in the comments and be like, I hate rats.
Okay.
Like, why are you wondering if they're getting hurt or not? It's
that's
like,
okay.
No, I don't like any of the things like that are crawling on people in there.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I want to go out and kill every single one of them now. But
that's good. I can just tell you that the animals are all fine. All the critters are fine. They've always been fine, and there's no issues there. And so, again, it's just like when you create a magic illusion, the magician knows how to make it work to where no one gets harmed, and that's always the case. And we've been doing this for a lot of years, and everybody is safe. All the animals are safe, but it's still extremely frightening. And that's what makes people lose their mind. You wonder why people lose it and freak out? Those are the kind of things. We have another illusion that you have to walk. It's almost like walking a tight wire, but you're on a wood platform, but it's up 25 foot in the air, 25 feet in the air, no net, nothing, no soft ground to land on, and you're gonna walk across this bridge, and it's about 6 inches, wide. And a lot of things are happening and flying around you as you're walking, and there's things like that going on too. It's crazy. Everything you can think of, we do.
All right. Well, you said I'm smart. I'm just gonna say right now that thing. You said illusion because I already know how you're doing that. You have it 2 foot off the ground, then and it's pitch black in there.
Oh no. This one they're up in the air. This one they're up in the air.
What happens when somebody falls off and breaks a leg?
Well, they never have. Because again, we have that covered. We have a way to protect them, and I'll let you figure out how we protect them.
There's absolutely no way.
Sure, there is. There's a very simple explanation to what we would do if somebody fell. There's lots of things we can do. We have things on the side of them, not a barrier, but there's lots of things that we have that we can do. It's a very complicated setup. That's why this haunt is world famous, and that's why the media loves coming here. That's why we went to see what we got, because we're doing illusions that nobody else has even thought of before. So it's crazy. It's crazy. And it's much more than you have any idea about. What you see is absolutely nothing. I wish I could show you more. One day I can, but right now I can't. But there's hundreds and hundreds of those types of events going on. That's why it's always different. It's always different.
So you're saying you would not feel, because that's the biggest part is like freedom to information about some of this, about most stuff. Have you ever Freedom of Information Act or anything like that?
Yeah, but I don't have to give away my secrets.
I'm just saying so you wouldn't, I think that has nothing to really do with it, but so you don't feel uncomfortable later on in time releasing uncut raw footage that shows that you are not hurting them, and that
I don't need to.
The old haunts was an illusion. I'm saying, if
I could,
if there's nothing to hide them.
It's not about being egged in there's nothing to hide. I get that all the time. Well, there's nothing to hide. Show it. I don't want to show it because just like Harry Houdini, a master illusionist and magician and escape artist from way back yonder. We're now just finally learning how he did things, and I'm going to be the same way. I'm not going to give my tricks away, but I'm smart enough to know that I have everything on film if I ever needed to prove myself. But there's no reason I have to prove myself because I know what I'm doing, and others who are back here in the warehouses and the TV shows and the documentary folks, they know what we're doing, but I don't have to show it to the world. And that'd be silly for me to do that. But I have it if I ever need it. That's what it is. But I'm not going to show it because that'd be silly for me.
I mean, it wouldn't be ruining the haunts that you had to really turn down, that you couldn't, you had to do, and the ones that you don't do anymore, you don't use. If there's something you don't use, you show certain things.
Yeah, but I still keep things. I still keep things a secret. That's why the manor is such a mystery. So could I show it? I could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let people wonder. I'm going to let their mind wonder and get all spazzed out and get all agitated. That's the name of the game, William. Getting people spun up and getting them all freaked out. And why won't he release it? Why can't I? That's the whole idea, to get them all spun up. So, there's no reason to show it. I'd rather have people like you getting all bent out of shape and then passing the word to other people. And, that's good stuff. I love it.
Yeah, I was talking to my grandmother, and she had seen this kind of stuff, and she's like, what if freaking sicko and this and that. And she's 60 something. So I mean, you know.
Well,
I was like, he's
what's your
like
grandma? What's your grandma's name? I'll do a shout out to her. What's her first name?
Marilyn.
Hey, Marilyn, Grandma Marilyn. It's Russ from MCKAMEY Manor. Actually, Marilyn,
About to hate me.
I am the nicest guy in the world, Marilyn. We rescue animals. I'm a wedding singer. I'm a Navy veteran. I'm not anything like you think I am, Marilyn. I'm a good guy. Here's what I am, Marilyn. I'm an entertainer. I am a showbiz guy. It's all smoke and mirrors. So don't hate me, Marilyn. So I'm putting out the love, sending out the love to Grandma Marilyn. There you go.
Holy shit. Oh, I think I found a new meme for MCKAMEY Manor.
There you go, my man. There you go. So you, so do you still think I'm this whack job, this nut guy?
It's, I don't.
You can say what you think, man. I don't care.
As bad as like literally like it's not bad. It's like it's bad, but it's not like I don't know. I'm like there's still a little bit in the back of my mind that's saying that he's a good manipulator, that he's a manipulator or something. But then there's that thing. It's like come to reality. It might be like all blown up proportion by people, and I can already see the title of my most ignorant hater ever.
That's a good one, no. I should use that one. No, but you're not. You're like everybody else, man. It's no big deal. But like you were saying, how like basically I'm like fooling people with how I act on camera, and it's not really the real me. Do you think this is the real me, or do you think I'm this master actor? And now once I get off camera, I'm like, I'm like that then.
Oh no, you are an actor.
I am an actor. I am an actor. So actually, maybe you're hypnotized right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I hypnotized you.
Yeah.
It's possible, right? So if your head's all goofed up, that's what happened, man. I've got the skills. Maybe I am the guy that does the hypnosis because I do everything, right? I'm that magic man. I am the magic man. So all the mean things that you said about me, do you take those back, or are you standing by those?
I'd say I take them back, except for the Trump one. I don't think it'd be shit. I just don't support racism. That's the one. That's the one I won't retract. I hate Trump.
All right.
I hate Hillary. I hate all the ignorant people up there.
There you go. All right. Well, pretty soon you'll be old enough to vote, and then you can get out there and change the world. All right, man. You got any more questions for me?
I think I am good.
You know that. Okay, now the YouTube. Now this is a long one, so people may not even listen to it all. But now the shoe's going to be on the other foot. You understand that, right? So all the comments you were making about me when you don't know me, and all the ugly and all the negative stuff that you were saying about me all this time. Now people are going to come back and get on your case when they don't know you. So now you're going to see what it's kind of like to be in my shoes a little bit. So we'll.
Oh boy.
Yep. So you got to get on there and answer your fans on YouTube when they start talking smack about you.
I can tell I have the keyboard warriors freaking on my channel.
There you go, man. All right, William, I'm out of here, dude. Okay.
All right,
man. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay in school, man. Be smart. Stay off the drugs. Quit smoking. You're 17 years old, man. That's ridiculous. Make lots of money and work your passion. Whatever your passion is, do it. All right? Do it, and then work will never be a job to you, man. Stay in school. Are you a junior this year or a senior?
I am not in school.
You're not in school? Are you out of school? Are you homeschooled or what?
I was expelled.
Oh, expelled. Oh, okay. Tell the audience why you were expelled.
Oh, well, if you can kind of guess how I look, I guess people are gonna call me the classic emo faggot or whatever, and they're gonna be like, I know why now.
I didn't know what that means. So I mean,
yeah. I'm just not gonna go into that. But
all right. Did you get in trouble at school? Did you get in trouble?
Well, before that, I used to be a big asshole because I got bullied and stuff. But now I just freaking I just said fuck it and turn into this, and now I got suspended. And
so how long is your suspension? I mean, it's not going to be like forever, is it?
It's for a good amount of time. I'm just trying to go get my my GED at the moment. Just,
wow.
Trying to get my GED and just get that as a for sure, and then I'm going to go back to high school, just making sure that I have a backup plan in case.
Right on.
something happens.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pull it together, man. Pull it together, my man. Life is short, man. It's gonna buzz by you, so try to do the best you can and get back on track, get back in school, and do your thing. Because you want to be a winner, right? And then you'll be voting for Trump, just like me. You'll be a winner.
I would
make America great, William. Make America great. Come on, man. Say it with me. Make America great.
I have a whole ballot roll in my bathroom. I use toilet paper.
Come on, William. Say it with me one time. Help me out here. Say it. Come on. You can't beat that. That's a great thing. Make America great.
Make America racist again.
No. Make America great. Come on. You love America, right? Come on. Say it. Come on. How can you go wrong with that? I'm just saying, make America great. We love America. Go ahead. Well, come on, William. Do it.
I don't like this country at all.
Oh, William. All right, William.
Yep.
All right, my man. Well, hang in there. Get yourself together. All right? Get yourself together. Do well. Be a success. And go Trump. And like I said, make America great.
All right.